watching PA Harness Week, racing's fastest paced half hour. I'm Charlotte McBride, joined by Heather Vitale. Heather was a very busy woman this past week at Sun Stakes Saturday. What an incredible night.
Oh my gosh, so incredible. And what I'm really excited about is that we are reliving it, right, on today's show.
Right. All the action right here on today's show. Coming up, what a night, as we mentioned, for Sun Stakes Saturday. The crowd was wowed at Mohegan Sun Pocono. A huge upset in the Earl Memorial Final. You have to see it to believe it. Plus, we have the James Lynch Memorial, the Max Hemp Memorial, and the Ben Franklin. It was a very special night of racing in the Poconos. And then back at Harrah's, Philadelphia, we have an exciting race as part of the Great Northeast Open Series. That and so much more coming up in this next half hour. So this is our OMG moment. It was an OMG moment, and it's our race of the week, of course, because it was just unbelievable. You have to see this race. It's race number 12, the Earl Jr. Memorial Final. $500,000 for 3-year-old trotting colts. 2 horses to keep an eye on in this one. The number 2, Green Shoe, the heavy favorite, undefeated in 3 starts this year. And the number 1 horse, Green Manalishi. One is a limb for the Beal, and the rest are double-digit long shots in this one. And both of these are Marcus Melander trainees.
And they are underway in the Beal. Speed coming from the outer half. Marseille is leaving. So too is Swandre the Giant. Good start for Osterk as well. Marseille and Swandre the Giant going toe-to-toe. They are 4.5 lengths in front of Osterk, who's third. Those top 2 in their own little race here. 4th, Green Manalishi. Green Shoe is 5th. He's 10 back at the moment. And then comes Summit inside of the back. Whittyville, and the trailer goes down smooth. Marseille at the quarter-mile marker, 26-2. Right now, Marseille is cooking for Åke Svanstedt. The lead a length. Pocket seat for Swandre the Giant as Svanstedt now tries to rate a bit. Third on the inside is Osterk, followed by Green Manalishi. Green Shoe waits for Green Manalishi to move. He's going to be third over, though, because Osterk beat Green Manalishi to the punch first over. Inside 6th comes Whittyville. Summit in sight 4th over. The trailer goes down smooth. Pace has slowed drastically to the half, 57 even. 30-3 second panel. So Svanstedt getting away with a bunch on the front end as Marseille is under wraps. On the outside, pressure coming from Osterk. In the pocket, Swandre the Giant. Green Manalishi second over 4th. Inside Whittyville. Green Shoe is 6th and still 6 back. Green Manalishi now starts to move 3 wide. Also at the back, Summit in sight. The lead still belongs to Marseille. A trio of horses chasing him 3/4, 124-4, 27-4 third panel. Marseille fending off Osterk. Green Manalishi 3 wide. Green Shoe trying to follow that is 6 back on the inside. Still Swandre the Giant. Top of the stretch. It's Marseille now by 3. Green Shoe out wide is still 5 away. Green Manalishi back there as well. Green Shoe now firing, but Marseille, oh, did he hold him off or no?
I had the same question as announcer Jim Baviglia. Did he hold him off or no? Well, the answer is yes. Marseille did hold off a Green Shoe. Now, what happened was Marseille gets to the front, cuts out the fractions, and really has his way with the field, and nobody can catch up with him coming down the stretch, not even Green Shoe, who comes home blazing, the fastest in here. Marseille wins in 152-3, and the OMG moment, of course, it's a great race as it is, but OMG, $116 to win. Wow. Marseille, a huge payoff in here. Green Shoe was second. Green Manalishi, the other Marcus Melander horse, was third. So was it like Åke Svanstedt's strategy to go wire to wire or what? I caught up with him after this eye-popping victory.
Wow, I was not expecting that. What were you thinking during the race? That was your plan? Go to the front and that's it?
Yeah, the plan was to be the second behind Green Shoe, and then I must leave fast and maybe Green Shoe coming later and I can go behind him, but he never comes, so that was just to go in the front. And I took the chance to pick up the speed in the last turn.
All right, now it's time for another very exciting race. Race number 9, the James Lynch Memorial Final. $300,000 for the purse in this one. It's 3-year-old pacing fillies, and there's 2 horses we want to keep an eye on in this one. The first one, it's Heather's favorite.
That's right. No, really, it's your favorite. It's number 1. It's everybody's favorite, right? Warri U-Butte, and she is a beauty. She's the favorite in here. She's a champion 2-year-old, and we're seeing if she's coming back just as good as 3, and it looks like she is.
And another horse to keep an eye on in this one, Treacherous Rain. Take a look.
Treacherous Rain parked around that first turn. Dexter Dunn with no choice but to send her, and she clears pretty quickly here to take the lead away from Stonebridge Soul. Now Dunn will try to raid inside third, Zero Tolerance. Looked like she had a notion. She'll wait. Warri Butte comes up first over instead. Second over on the outside, Tall Drink Hanover. Blue Ivy inside 6th, then St. Somewhere also joining the outer flow are odds on St. Lucie and Philly Hanover. The half mile 54-3, 28-3 second panel. Just a bit of a breather there for Treacherous Rain. Dunn looks to his right and knows now that Warri Butte is bearing down on her here and takes the lead for Gingras. Slight lead on the outside. Inside third, still just a length and a half back, Stonebridge Soul. Tall Drink Hanover not keeping up with the cover, stopping the outer flow behind her. Inside Zero Tolerance also lagging. Blue Ivy and Philly Hanover nowhere to go. 3/4, 121, even 26-2 on the back as Treacherous Rain refusing to yield position here to Warri Butte. Stonebridge Soul getting back into it now. Late kick from Zero Tolerance and odds on St. Lucie. Top of the stretch, it's Warri Butte and Treacherous Rain. Inside Stonebridge Soul comes through now. Stonebridge Soul slight lead from way back. Philly Hanover on the far outside. Stonebridge Soul with a jump. Stonebridge Soul.
Stonebridge Soul sat perfectly in the garden spot as she watched 2 monster fillies duke it out in front of her. And I don't mean like just hair pulling, Charla. I'm talking, right? Like this is an all-out cat fight between Warri U-Butte and Treacherous Rain. So Stonebridge Soul, she's sitting in the 2-hole. She ends up coming down the passing lane. She wins this one in 149-3, a lifetime best for trainer Chris Ryder. And she pays $8.80. Zero Tolerance was second. And then Warri U-Butte did hold on for third. Now, this was driver Tim Tetrick's 4th Lynch final win.
Not bad.
And I know, right? This is his race. And we talked to the winning connections after this big victory.
Tell me a little bit about the race from your point of view. I know going up the backside, you had to have been feeling pretty good seeing those mares in front of you battle out.
I definitely helped my cause. You know, my mare is so quick and handy off the car. She can grab the track and decide who she wants to follow. And we followed Dexter this week, and, you know, luckily they raced hard down the backside and softened both of those up. So it gave me a shot up the inside, and, you know, my mare raced really well. Can't take nothing away from her.
We do have to take a quick break, but there's a lot more to come in this week's show. We have the Max Hemp Memorial coming up, and we have the Ben Franklin. Stay with us.
And so it's Western Fame taking that lead away from This Is the Plan.
At Mohegan Sun Pocono, the colors shine a little brighter. The meals are just a little tastier, and the slots a little hotter. When you're here with great friends, the good times seem to last a little longer, and you just may feel a little luckier. Best of all, it's all a little closer, so you can shine on anytime you like. Shine on, Mohegan Sun Pocono.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week, racing's fastest paced half hour. It's now time to get to the Max Hemp Memorial Final. $500,000 the purse in this one. This is featuring 3-year-old pacing colts, 2 horses you do want to take a look at in this one. Number 2, Proof, coming off a huge win in his limb and the richest in the field. And number 8, Captain Victorious, was absolutely fantastic in his most recent start.
For the moment, it's Shake That House, but on the outside, Captain Victorious works his way to the front for Gingras to take that lead from Shake That House, who sits the pocket now second. Hurricane Emperor is third. They're single file now. Fourth is Air Force Hanover, followed there by Proof, sitting fifth right now at 1-5. Miller patient with him. Now a tentative move to the outside. Following that move up on the outside, sixth there is Lions Nighthawk. Brassy Hanover stays in. Then at the back, Highland Bleach Lover and a Flame Hanover Hanover the half, 55-1. 28-4 second panel. The fraction's not too daunting here. Captain Victorious on top now. Hurricane Emperor coming up strong for Dan Dubé, just a head away from the leader. Shake That House in the pocket. Proof is on the move, second over, 2.5 off the lead and the cover. Boxed in fifth there, Air Force Hanover. Third over sixth comes Lions Nighthawk, then Brassy Hanover, Aflame Hanover, Highland Beach Lover the trailer. 3/4 won, 21-4. Things picked up to 26-3 on the back as Captain Victorious put the shutdown there on the first over by Hurricane Emperor. Shake That House wants to go from the pocket. Proof fading on the outside. Top of the stretch. Shake That House out of the pocket after Captain Victorious. Shake That House pulls up even. Shake That House goes on by Brian Sears, and Shake That House from the pocket full of pace to win the Hemp by 2.
Shake That House sets off the first teletimer, but he doesn't have the lead for long as Captain Victorious takes over. Captain Victorious on the lead, having a little battle with Hurricane Emperor. When they hit the stretch, Brian Sears pulls the right line on Shake That House. They end up winning in 149-2. And his supporters get back another long shot here, $19.40 for the win. Brassy Hanover, a huge long shot, was second. Captain Victorious did finish third. And I talked to an elated trainer by the name of Chris Oakes after he got his picture taken.
I love a man who knows how to celebrate in a winner's circle. You've won a lot of big races, and you just enjoy it so much.
Yeah, passion. You know, this is where I wake up every morning. It never gets old, and I can't wait for tomorrow morning. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, I just love this business, and I love the horses.
Now, it doesn't seem like the front end's been holding up that well tonight, so what were your thoughts during the race? You must have been feeling pretty good.
Well, you know, we were in a, you know, not the best spot, 7-hole. I talked to Brian earlier today, and we knew we had to push off hard and put him in play, and it set up really well. Yannick's horse had to even work a little harder to get around us, and he just kept trucking, and he dragged us right to the top of the stretch, and I knew this horse would fire home.
Moving right along here at the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, race 11, the Ben Franklin final. $500,000 purse in this one. This is the free-for-all Pacers, and 2 horses you have to take a look at in this one. The number 4, Western Fame, even money favorite, who was jaw-dropping in his Franklin Elim, and the number 1 horse in this one, McWicked, the 2018 Horse of the Year in just his 4th start of the season.
Western Fame taking that lead away from This Is the Plan. See if anybody challenges him early now. Inside third, Beckham Z-Tam. McWicked content on the inside 5 back, followed there by Springsteen. He's waiting for McWicked's cover. Lather Up is also on the outside there. McWicked makes the first over move. Me So Fast will stay in 7th, hope for positioning. After that, duplicated Dorso Duro Hanover the back. Western Fame, no challenge to his flank. The quarter 54-2, 27-4 second panel. And so Western Fame on the back stretch, on top by a length, still right with him in the pocket. This is the plan. McWicked first over, but having a hard time putting much of a dent in the lead. Inside 4th there now is that's Beckham Z-Tam. Second over on the outside, Springsteen following the cover. That's not helping much. Further back to Me So Fast and duplicated. 3/4 reached 120-4, 26-2 hung up on the backstretch. It's still Western Fame. This is a plan, hasn't gone anywhere, and now McWicked is surging on the outside. Springsteen further back and forth looking to close. Top of the stretch, Western Fame put to the test. This is the plan, has a clear shot on the inside. Outside McWicked and Springsteen. This is the plan, takes a slight lead here. This is the plan, another pocket rocket to pull off a big upset.
You heard announcer Jim Baviglia, another pocket rocket pulls off the victory. We've got Western Fame on the front end, while McWicked, he's really making a noble first up charge. And the wicked fractions here, 120-4 to the 3/4 pole. But in the end, we've got This Is the Plan, trained by Ron Burke, who gets a great trip. He pulls off the victory in 148-2, and he pays, can you guess it's another long shot here? Yeah, $26.80. It's also worth noting that on this evening, the track was not even rated fast, okay? They had a little bit of a, rain earlier in the day, so it was a bit of an off track. So, I mean, these miles were outrageous for being that. By the way, we have McWicked finishing second. He is now a winner of $4 million on his card, so congratulations to McWicked on that. Western Fame was third. For winning driver Yannick Gingras, this is his second time that he's won the Ben Franklin. The first time he did it was 2013 with a little horse by the name of Foiled Again. You may remember him. Okay, I could talk all day about Foiled Again, but let's get back to this is the plan. And I got to talk to Yannick Gingras after the race about this victory.
Yannick, you got a big smile now. Your night's starting to shape up.
Yeah, they didn't start so good, and I'd like to take a couple drives back, but that's the way it goes, So you go from the agony of defeat to the winning, I guess.
Huge long shot, and this is his first win of the year. Tell me about your trip.
It worked out perfect, actually, but I didn't think he should have been such a long shot. I think he raced tremendous last week, and maybe people are overlooked that. And of course, you got McWicked and Danny's horse are going to take a lot of money. But I thought my horse had a chance, and he proved he belonged with them.
And what a great night it was overall at the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. So many exciting races as we've seen so far. Heather was in the winner's circle all night long, and another guy that was there that fans got to meet and greet up close and personal, the one, the only NFL legend, Dan Marino. So a very exciting night for fans and for you. You got to talk with Sam Beagle.
I did, and he told us all about how excited he was about this night and a little bit of the history with the men behind some of these memorial races.
Sam, for harness racing fans and for horsemen, this is a huge night, and it's a night that everybody looks forward to. What does it mean to Pennsylvania and the industry?
Well, I think it's a big deal for Pennsylvania and the industry, and this all come about in 2000 and early 2000s when we got the slots. And the people who are honored here tonight had a lot to do with us getting the slots.
Between Mr. Beal and Mr. Hemp and Mr. Lynch, what better way to celebrate their lives than with a great horse race, right?
Right. Max lived a full life, and Mr. Lynch lived a full life, and Earl, they took him from us before we were ready. And but they all had Max and Earl had a lot to do with getting the slot money.
Thank you so much, Sam. Have a great night. And, thank you for all that you've done as well, because you've done so much here in Pennsylvania with the Pennsylvania Harness Horsemen's Association. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's check out some other races of horses that didn't make the final but can be just as good. Race number 3, the Lynch Consolation in this one. $50,000 up for grabs in the purse in this one. Let's take a look at the number 4 horse, Trillions Hanover, the favorite with Hall of Famer David Miller in the bike. And Rockin' Philly will be looking for a good trip from post 1.
Top of the stretch, Trillions Hanover with the work to do. Rockin' Philly grabbed every last iota of cover. Now comes out firing for Tim Tetrick. It's Trillions Hanover. Rockin' Philly with a momentum. Rockin' Philly is up in time.
Trillions Hanover did the work on the front, but had to settle for second as Rockin' Philly and driver Tim Tetrick benefit from a 2-hole trip. They win in 1:49.2, taking almost 4 seconds off of her lifetime best. This also equals a seasonal record for 3-year-old pacing fillies on a 5/8 mile track. She is trained by Jim King Jr. Rounding out the trifecta, of course, we just told you that Trillions Hanover was second, but third was Annie Hill.
All right, now switching gears to the Ben Franklin Consolation, race number 5 in this one. $75,000 for the purse. And you got to take a look at Highlighter, looking to rebound after being the beaten favorite in his Franklin Elim last time out and not making the final. Then the number 4 horse, also take a look at Rockin' Ron, who's the classiest in the field with over $1.6 million in the bank.
Highlighter trying to make a statement here, leading by 5. Rockin' Ron not putting a dent into the lead. Delta winner on the outside. Further back to Whitaker in 4th. At the top of the stretch, it's all Highlighter. His lead is 6 now. Rockin' Ron trying to come on. Delta winner on the move, cutting into the margin somewhat. Still keeping Highlighter to task. Let's watch the timer here as Highlighter erupts.
Highlighter got away third, but before they even got to the second turn, he was out and rolling. Coming up the backstretch, he clears, and this horse is saying, you know what? I am proving everybody wrong, because in the Ben Franklin Elim, I was totally out of character that night, okay? And I am going to make a statement in here, and he certainly does. He wins in 1:48 flat with Rick Still in the bike for trainer Jenny Beer. By the way, that time is the fastest time this season on a 5/8 mile track. Second was a Delta winner, and third went to Whitaker.
Taking a look now at the Max Hemp Consolation, race number 8 in this one. There are 9 horses in this race, and 4 of them are trained by Tony Alagna, including the favorite, number 1, Escape to the Beach.
The lead just a half length now for Escape to the Beach, as on the outside, Captain Trevor right there. Out 3 wide, odds on Boca Raton. Lions Johnny Jr. has dropped back 4th. Top of the stretch, it's Escape to the Beach by just a long neck over Captain Trevor. Odds on Boca Raton coming up wide. 3 stablemates going at it to the line. Captain Trevor takes over late. Andrew McCarthy.
It's one thing to see double, okay, but here we're seeing triple. We see Tony Alagna trainees finish 1, 2, 3 in this Hemp Consolation. It's Captain Trevor with Andrew McCarthy in the bike, winning in 1:50-1. Great effort by them. Coming first up, odds on Boca Raton was there for the place money, and then Escape to the Beach was 3rd.
And we do have to take a quick break here on PA Harness Week, but we have a lot of action. When we come right back, we're going to take a look at a few great races from the Great Northeast Open Series, one from the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, and one from right here at Harris, Philadelphia. Stay with us.
On the far outside, trying to gain ground, keep on rocking. He's 5 wide as they straighten away.
Rolling is Luck Be With You, and Luck Be With You is out and after the front, and some star somewhere tracks that move on the outside.
Welcome back. You're watching PA Harness Week. I'm Charlotte McBride, joined by Heather Vitale. We're going to head back to the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono for the Great Northeast Open Series. This one for trotters in race number 6. 2 horses to keep an eye on in this one. The number 1 horse, Hannelore Hanover, was the 2017 Horse of the Year and the 2-5 favorite in here. And the number 5 horse, Rich and Miserable, looks for his 7th straight victory.
Hannelore Hanover not used too hard here on the outside. Ice Attraction all out. Rich and Miserable staying close for the late move. Inside, Muscle Diamond 4th. Top of a stretch, Hannelore Hanover by a length. Rich and Miserable on the inside. Outside, Ice Attraction. It's Hannelore Hanover. Rich and Miserable getting a bit closer. Jingra not lifting a finger.
Hannelore Hanover, who was just one of 2 mares in this race, had no interest at all, sitting in the 2 hole. She is on top by the half, and she stays there. Yannick Gingras is the winning driver in here, and they win in 1:52-2. She is trained by Ron Burke. She's 7 years old, as you mentioned earlier. She was the 2017 Horse of the Year. She now has $2.9 million in the bank. Second was a Rich and Miserable, and third was Tight Lines.
And now for our race of the week right here at Harris, Philadelphia. It's race number 5 in the Great Northeast Open Series in this one, and this one was quite the close race. Take a look at 2 horses in this one. The number 2 horse, Rodeo Rock, is the favorite, made the most money this year with almost $300 grand, and the number 4 horse, Keep On Rockin', is one of 4 horses in here who are down under natives.
On the far outside, trying to gain ground, keep on rocking. He's 5 wide as they straighten away. In between rivals, our Max Factor takes the lead on the far outside. Keep on rocking is absolutely flying. Up the inside, Tiger Thompson in between Scott Rocks. Blanket finish down to the finish. Tight for win.
First of all, thank you to announcer Mike Bozich for that exciting race call. We saw Rodeo Rock on the front, but he fades in the stretch. Meanwhile, Keep On Rockin', who is an Australian native, was 8th the whole mile, like still 8th in the stretch, and comes home the fastest, wins in 1:50-2 with Pat Barry in the bike. For trainer Chris Cicluna, our Max Factor was 2nd. Scott Rocks finished 3rd.
Well, we know it's the weekend. We know you want to relax. You don't want to have to think too much, but we do ask that you think just a little bit. We have a little bit of trivia for you, and since it was such a big week at the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, we thought, why not give you a trivia question from there?
That's exactly right. And when we say just a little bit, because I don't think my trivia questions are all that hard, right? Yeah. Sometimes Charlotte makes fun of me, but it's all good. All right, so what horse holds the trotting track record at the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono? The hint is it happened on Sun Stakes Saturday in 2014.
All right, so that's a pretty big hint. I think you could probably get the answer. We'll take a quick break. We will have the answer when we come right back, and we'll have a few more things to show you in this next half hour.
Harness your luck with Meadows Racing in Washington County. You'll be like, whoa! Don't miss the Adios Pace for the Orchids with a week of Grant Circuit harness racing. Adios Week begins on Saturday, July 20th, and racing continues throughout the week. Family Fun Friday is July 26th with a balloon artist, face painter, and a bounce house. Adios Day is Saturday, July 27th at 11:25. Brought to you by the Meadows Standardbred Owners Association. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back. You are watching PA Harness Week, and if you've liked what you've seen in this half hour, all the highlights we've shown you, and you want to get up close with the action, well, here's where you can look at live racing this week. We're going to start with the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. They have live racing on Saturday and Sunday. Post time is at 7 o'clock. Monday and Tuesday, the first race starts at 4 p.m. And here at Harris, Philadelphia, Sunday racing with a post time of 12:40 p.m. Then on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the first race post time is at 12:25. Before the break, Heather gave us a quick trivia question, and now she has the answer.
All right, the question was, who holds the trotting track record at the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono? And it is Sebastian K. He took that mile in June of 2014 on Sunstakes Saturday, and it was in 1:49. Trainer driver Ake Svanstedt was behind that big mile. We saw him earlier in the show as he won with Marseille, and they won the big Earl Beal Jr. Memorial.
Every week, we like to go back in time and show you our blast from the past. Well, what better blast from the past than Sebastian K. For 100 grand, here is the big race we've been talking about.
Top of the stretch, Sebastian K. It's all just a matter of how hard Svanstedt wants to push it now. Way back to Modern Family and market share. Sebastian K. Watch the time now. Sebastian K. to the line. 149 flat.
Sebastian K., who was Sweden's Horse of the Year in 2012, then came to America and certainly made quite an impression here. He ends up winning this mile in 1:49. At that time, it was actually the fastest trotting mile on any size track. It's since been broken on a mile track, but it is still the world record on a 5/8 mile track. Now, Ake Svanstedt, who was Sweden's 5-time Trainer of the Year and 3-time Driver of the Year, also has made quite an impression since he came to the US of A. We've seen a lot of Tim Tetrick and Ake Svanstedt on today's show, and you can see a lot of them on social media as well. They're very active. They've got some fun and super great fan Facebook pages. So all you got to do is, if you're on Facebook, go to Tetrick Racing, and then for the Svanstedt stable, it is Svanstedt Stable USA. Now that's on Facebook. They're also on Twitter, Tetrick Racing, and then also USA Svans. So check them out on social.
And we're also on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. On Facebook, you can find us at Harness Week, and on Twitter, you can find us at PA Harness Week. And of course, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel. It's been another great half hour, very exciting races that we showed you today. We can't wait to do it all again next week right here on NBC Sports Philadelphia.